happening, everyone? Thank you for being in the room. We're just waiting for more people to join. So we might start a little bit later. But yeah, maybe get this time. Some of you probably were on the previous one. Get your coffee ready, get some snack ready, and just be ready to join in maybe a 2 or 3 minutes time. I'm just going to play a short video intro like we always do. And then just enjoy the music as we wait for people to join in. Come on, smile, PG. Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm not at my house tonight, so I'm enjoying some Tony Robbins tonight, but I am giving my Tony Robbins up for the only and the one and only, PG Paradigm, the results doctor, all the way from Cape Town. Now, this guy has energy to none. I've had the privilege of being on stage with this guy in front of 6,000 people in the beginning of this year in Sandton. I had another opportunity again to be online at a Line Real Connect Summit with him, where we almost had 10,000 people registered for that online event. And it was amazing. I think we became close friends, but actually we became close friends before that. And all that it took, it was just a phone call and say, "Hi, Kobus, I want to meet with you." And Kobus, "Hi, yeah, PG Wayne, let's do this," And then we started talking. And we just learned a lot from each other. He asked me that one day, "Kobus, are you making money or are you wasting time?" So I'm not going to say what the answer to that is, but he can elaborate on that because it's a nice Afrikaans saying. But I see we have someone from Germany here. Maybe he will understand in South Africa. But anyway, So as I see people start joining in, welcome here tonight. PG is going to be a little bit personal, so I want you all to at least get your questions ready. We're welcome to open mics. You're welcome to talk tonight. Get your questions about business ready on how to get results wherever you want to. Because PG, apart from being an international keynote speaker, he's a results doctor. He's a neural subconscious facilitator, a positive strategist, and he's even an author. Can you believe that? The real Afrikaans guy can write a book. If you are looking to find your passion for business, then you need to join the conversation to find out exactly what the secret recipe is for you. Success, or for your success. Find out to determine exactly what you want out of life. Set specific and realistic, measurable goals that will help you become the highest, truest expression of yourself and live your best life. Discover how to overcome the fears that are limiting in your life. Learn how to break the habit of being your old self, exceed your potential, think you have to improve who you are, how you feel, what you earn, and how you live. Okay, PG, man, I love you, brother, and I think you're amazing. And everyone, just to know out there, tonight is our last talk of this meeting of the Mind Summit. Can you believe it's at the end? It just feels like we started yesterday, and I think it's just a great thing that we have PG that ends this whole series of talks. Because he's just an amazing person, and so privileged to know you, brother, and looking forward to listening to your talk. Cheers.
Kobus, thank you so much. And again, everyone on the other side, I'm extremely happy to be here tonight. Okay, so Kobus, you just said it felt like yesterday. It truly just felt like yesterday when we started. And I think I was on the first or the second day. The second day I was on. And we did a little bit about results and how to get better results in life. And today I was preparing for this webinar tonight, and I just thought, well, we need to do something different. And we're going to do something totally different tonight. Everybody that knows me knows I'm the results doctor. Everything in life is about results. If you wake up in the morning, it's all about results. And if you get out of bed, it's all about results. And if you go to the bathroom and you take your toothbrush, it's all about results. Okay, so I know there's a lot of people on the other side and from all over the world that wants better results. So tonight and only tonight, I'll be open for any question. If you have a question tonight that you want to ask me, make sure you ask a great question that I can answer it in detail, because I want you to take something valuable home tonight. Okay? So just to quickly start out, I'm an entrepreneur, and I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I really love making deals. That's the one thing that I love. Now, how do you start making, or how do you fall in love making deals? You see, deals for me is like a relationship. And whenever I get to engage, whenever I have the opportunity, I would love making deals. And everything, think about it. You meet so many people a day. You speak to so many people a day. You're all the time making deals. Right? And you know what I've learned through all my years in business? And I had business, small businesses, medium businesses, and large businesses. But I've realized one thing, that each and every business is exactly the same. There's no difference between any business. The principles of business always stays the same. Let's investigate. So say for instance, you're a keynote speaker, or say for instance, you're a dentist, say for instance, you're having a small spaza shop somewhere. People need to go somewhere to find you, even if you have an online shop. They need to go somewhere to find you. If you have an online shop, they have to go to the internet to find you. If you have a Spar or a Checkers or a shop, they need to go to your shop to actually purchase your good. If you're a keynote speaker, they have to go to your website to find you. Now here's the secret. And you can write this down. You have 5 seconds to close that customer. And we've all learned in life, never judge a book by its covers. Right? Yes or yes? Put it in the comment box, yes or yes. Never judge a book by its cover. But every single day, everyone is judging books by its covers. Right? I see Sonia say yes. Alan say yes. Dali say yes, yes. We've been taught with a spoon. Your mom was feeding you the purity. If you put it in your mouth, don't judge books by its cover. Don't judge people. But every day we judge them on their appearance, right? Yes. Okay, so now if you judge a book by its cover, and we all do, think about it. You look at someone, you look at how they look like, yeah, this guy's got great hair, his eyebrows are lacquered, it's not full of marks that he maybe fight or not fight, maybe it's not fight. But in any case, you judge books by its cover all the time. And then, what happened next? You have a certain idea that you want to do business with them or you don't want to do business with them. Is this a good fit for me? Isn't it a good fit for me? Is this someone that I can have a relationship, a work relationship? Is this good for business? You judge books by its covers all the time. You've got 5 seconds to make or break any deal. I want you to write this down. 5 seconds to make or break any deal. If they go to your website, they judge the book by its cover. If they pick up your pamphlet, they judge the book by its cover. If they go to your shop, they judge the book by its cover. You have 5 seconds. The first thing that they do, I need to understand. The first thing that you need to understand when they look at your website, at you, at your business, at your product, whatever it is the first communication point they have to understand that you are a leader in your industry. Write it down. The second thing that they need to understand, that you are enthusiastic as hell. Write it down. They also need to understand that they can trust you. You also need to look apart, presentable in your area. If you're a painter, look like a painter. I don't say take the paintbrush and paint yourself or put some paint marks on you. But make sure that in your industry, if you go to the dentist, you must look like it, not you, the dentist must look like a dentist. Imagine you rock up at the dentist and he looks like a gynae. Imagine that. You're gonna have no way. You're gonna work on my teeth. You need to look the part. Yes or yes? Yes. Okay. So I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I started a few businesses from absolutely nothing. Not a single thing. No money, no transport, no accommodation, no tools, no nothing. And I've scaled those businesses and eventually I could solve it. So tonight, and only tonight, I'll be open for any questions that you want to know or any question that you feel that could help you. Because if you ask me, say, what must I do now? I'm in this industry. What must I do now to go to the next step and actually be profitable in this time? You can ask me whatever it is, be open, gooi the questions there, and I'll be really happy to answer them. Guys, so let's go. I see someone is typing. Good. So remember that everybody have some idea or some vision or something that I want to do with their life. And tonight you have the opportunity to ask. And then I'll give you, yes.
Well, I just wanted to say you're welcome to also open a mic, maybe Graham or Istvan or Rusty Fox, Tina's maybe chart. You can always, if you look on the participants, you can always open their mic or and have them ask you, or video if they want to ask you maybe in a person if the typing is going to be too long. So
Okay,
maybe
cool.
choose people also. If you haven't seen, if nobody's typing, maybe choose a few people and ask them if you can open their mics.
Okay, perfect. I'll definitely do that. I'll just ask your assistants again when it comes to open their mics. But for now, Sonia has asked, what is your morning routine and what do you do when you feel low vibration energy? Okay, brilliant question. Okay. So usually I didn't really had a great morning routine, but I soon realized that for me, a good morning routine for me so first of all, at night, just before I go to bed, I create my morning routine for the next morning. Okay, so I know exactly what I'm going to do the next morning. So for me, I put my training clothes together. I make sure that I'm properly prepared. I put I usually exercise in tights, so I'll put my tights, my socks, my shoes, my underpants, my shirt, my jacket, whatever I'm going to use, the buff. I put everything. I don't miss a single thing. I put everything together. And then, so I wake up in the morning, I visualize my day. So I think of all the things that I want to do, but also all the things that I do want to achieve. But again, I really want to make this clear that I started previous night. Because if I go to bed with a clear vision of what I expect and what I want to achieve for the next day, I put all those little things together, and tomorrow morning I start out with I start out with a run first, then after a run, I love boxing. So if you on my Facebook page, PG Paradigm, you'll see I'll share from time to time a little bit of a boxing routine. Or I've got my coach here and we do some pad work, or I really love doing boxing. And getting rid of those energy and sweating a bit makes me feel better. The other people in the office always say I look miserable after that. But I truly feel really energized, although I just burned a lot of energy and calories or whatever it is, but I really feel definitely more energized and ready for my day. So then sometimes I would do a second session on the end of the day, but to answer that question is that what's my morning routine? My morning routine is wake up, drink a glass of water, get my clothes on, visualize my day, go to training, and then I do the rest of my day that's planned. Hour by hour, almost minute by minute. I've got a few things that I want to achieve every day. For me, it's all about results. So I want some sort of a result, some sort of an achievement. But then also when I do get an achievement, I really love celebrating that achievement as well. Okay, and then your second question was, how do I get my vibration up? Okay, I know this is a difficult thing for a lot of people. The reason why it's difficult is every time when you have a thought, and it's a thought, like Robin Banks say, it's the seed, and if you water the seed, it starts to grow. But every time when you have a thought and you give that thought a little bit of attention, then it becomes a feeling, and it's 30 seconds. So you can write that down as well. I see Alan have a question as well. I'll answer that as well now. So for me, getting my vibration up is first I check in with my body, and this is a simple exercise that you can start apply today. I gave this exercise to a lot of my students, and after they did the exercise for 7 days. So you take your phone and you put on your alarm clock for every hour. So you know what time you're waking up in the morning. So say, for instance, you're waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, put your alarm on for 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, 12, until you go to bed. If you usually go to bed at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, just make your last alarm for about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Depends on, maybe you go to bed 12 o'clock, but just an hour before you go to bed. And then every time when that alarm goes off, you ask yourself one simple question. How do I feel right now? And there's a reason why I say, why do I feel, or how do I feel right now? And not what do I think? Because 95% of who you are by the time you're 35 years old is a set of memorized behaviors, reactions. It's your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is 95% of who you are. And your whole life is run by the program. Now again, your body is actually your subconscious mind. And a habit is when your body knows better than your mind. So the reason why I say go and check in with your feelings, forget about the thoughts for now, because it's the program that runs you. You need to check the program. The first thing that I would do then is I would go and check every hour and make a note. So you can get Google Keep, download it from your app store, and then every hour you just make a short little note. You can just go, Google, please make a note, and you just like, I feel anxious, I feel happy. Just every hour. After 7 days, you will see a pattern. So you will see certain days at certain times, you always feel the same. Certain days at certain times, you always feel happy or sad or miserable or worrying, whatever it is. And you will see there's only like 3 or 4 or 5 things that you can really feel. So the moment when you know what you're dealing with, the moment when you understand your pattern, then it's so much easier to actually go and investigate and make the small little adjustments that you need to get a better life or get a better vibration. So when, and this is something that I exercise, I know my pattern, I know exactly when to deal with what, but to answer your question, is I would go and sit myself down and I won't stand up before I feel better. And how do you create feelings? By thought alone. So you need to think positive, you need to think greater things, you need to think about the future and not the past. Because if you keep on thinking those negative things, that's things that's in the past, your familiar past. But a moment when you allow yourself to go outside into the unknown, that's the moment when you start getting new ideas, meeting new people, getting better or better opportunities, create something new. But everything that's, usually you go and you ask people, but why don't you do things? And he goes, they have a lot of excuses, and I'll get to the excuses part now. But the major answer, the big answer is always that it doesn't feel right. It won't feel right. Because everything that doesn't feel right is in your comfort zone, the familiar past. Everything that feels uncomfortable is outside your comfort zone, and then you can start getting new, making new connections, meeting new people, opportunities, all those nice things. Okay, so there's a new question. I just want to go back there. There's a voice note as well. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly listen to the voice note. If I can. Okay, they would just keep saying hello. So, Alan, you just typed it out. We have a self-catering venue in the Magaliesburg, which has been locked down since March. What can I do? Ice recording. Okay, so what can I do? Okay, self-catering venue. Okay, so you've got a self-catering venue in the Magaliesburg. Now you ask me, what can you do now? Right now. to make it more profitable, to drive some traffic there, to get people to engage, to book. Okay. So let me just quickly think about it. Okay, so if I have it correct, yes.
Can we also open his mic? Ask him if we can open his mic, then you can conversation.
That will be great. You're going to assist with that, Cobus?
Yes, I'm opening his mic. Let's see if Alan is accepting. Hello, Alan. Alan?
Alan, can you hear me?
Alan, try one more. I've unmuted you. You can speak.
Me? No.
There's a, we hear you.
Can you? All right.
Yes, we can hear you.
So
great. Yes.
So okay, we've been locked down since March, and right now the situation is that we are just over the border of Gauteng, where the majority of our clientele used to come from. And for them to be able to travel across the border is almost impossible unless they have work permits. So we have already coerced them into getting some type of permission to come across the border, because we've got a very, very interesting roadblock on the way to our farm. And that's become, I wouldn't say an obstacle, it's become a challenge to do, because some people are wanting to come out because they are so frustrated having been locked up for such a long time. And they're just saying, we've got to come out into the open air. Please, can you help us? So we have an interesting situation. And yeah, it's, you know, the lockdown has affected us hugely, because with respect, we've still got to pay Eskom, we've still got to pay for our medical, and we elderly people. I'm 73, my wife is 67, and we provide our customers, Google, TripAdvisor, all say we give a fantastic service, but it's hit us so hard. It's, you know, when you don't get income and you've still got to dish out like 25,000 Rand a month, yeah, it hasn't been easy. And we thank our son, who is based in Ireland and he has his own business, for supporting us. And yeah, it's a big challenge. So
so I always like, I'm a practical guy, so I would always go to the practical side. So I just want to quickly tell you a little bit about a similar situation when what I experienced previously is I was on my grandparents' farm many years ago, and I always had this dream while I was working on the farm, earning $500 a month. And it was in Bultfontein. Bultfontein is the smallest little town that you can think of, and it's outside Bultfontein on a farm on the Hertzogville Road. And it was about 80 plus minus 60 to 80 kilometers from Bultfontein, actually. And so I was staying on a farm. Okay, so on the farm, I wanted to start my business, PG Contractors and Landscaping, in the Transvaal. That's 650 kilometers away from there. And that's where I grew up. And because of a lot of circumstances, I've actually landed up on a farm, and I had to actually stay there because I had not really had other choice. So in any case, and I was just done with school. So now I was on the farm, and I wanted to start this business. And the same with you. I had all these obstacles. I had all these reasons why it can be. It's a roadblock. It's this. It's that. I don't have a vehicle. I'm only getting $500 a month. That's in 2001. That's not a lot of money then even. It sounds like a lot of money today when nobody has money, but at that time $500 wasn't a lot. And so I didn't have, I had nothing. Okay, so I didn't even have accommodation in the Transvaal when I wanted to start my business. And for those who don't know the Transvaal, it's Mpumalanga. Okay, so in any case, so one day, and the reason why I'm telling you this now is I would like you to go and do the same. But I'll also give you my take on what I will do now. Okay, so what I did then is the only thing that I did have was a piece of paper, a typewriter, and a pen. So I took the pen and paper and I started writing down all these things that I kept on coming up why I can't do it. Okay, and eventually after 3 days thinking about every single thing why I can't do it, there was only 12 reasons why I couldn't get a business going. And then when I investigated those 12 reasons, when I narrow it down, it was only like 5, because some of them were so similar that it actually came to one thing. So there was 5 different reasons eventually why I couldn't get my business going 650 kilometers away while I was still busy on working on a farm. So one day after, and then what happened, the next 3 hours after I realized there's only 5 things, the next 3 hours I've created the results maker system. That was the beginning of the results maker system. And that's the one thing that I'm so glad that actually happened, because that was the magic part when I realized there was only 5 things that actually are holding me back. One of them was negative belief. Okay, you want to do something, but you're so scared of the what's going to happen when there's now a roadblock, the people can't go through, and the moment when I put those things, start putting them down, what is the closest, or what is the shortest way to getting results? It's a straight line. Okay, so Alan, so for you to get the customers there, you've done all the homework, there's a lot of customers to come there. The fastest way to get them there is the straight line, right straight to your accommodation, farm, self-catering units, whatever it is. So, but now you have to go and determine, the straight line is there, and it is a possibility, but there is now a roadblock. Now there's 2 separate lines running right next to your straight line, and those I call the borders. But those borders have to be so that whenever you make decisions, it's still reachable, but also you're not allowed to go outside those borders, because when you go outside those borders that you put up for yourself, then you start losing control of the result or the thing that you want to achieve. You understand what I'm saying?
PG,
Yes.
with respect, when you come across a border control and the military are standing there and they've got guns and the police are saying to you, you don't have the right to go leisure driving anywhere. So now go home.
Okay, but again,
no. But as I say, we have already explained to the people that need to be out here. We've explained how they can bypass the border control, and that's, with respect, it's illegal, but people do that. And right now they're willing to take that kind of chance because they are so frustrated having been locked down for such a long time. And yes, we are starting to get trickle, but we are actually transgressing the law.
okay, so what you're actually asking me then is how to do it legal. Is that what you're actually asking me?
No. I'm just saying we have this situation where, and I'm looking for.
Okay, so here's a good example.
You definitely don't have a magic wand, and maybe I'm being a little bit harsh because without transgressing the law, there is no ways we can get people here from our natural area of business. We get quite a few people from the Northwest, which we are in, and it's okay. But it's such a difficult environment to be in right now. And it's frustrating because without my son right now, I would be in the KAK and
Okay,
bigger.
I do get it 100%, but we can look at all the things why we can't achieve it. Let's look at what is possible. Are you willing to look at things that is possible?
We've already done that. I mean, we already circumventing these roadblocks. So
Okay, so what?
that is possible, but the people tend to get very uncomfortable when you say to them, but you mustn't go through there, you've got to do this and that. So my wife is brilliant at it. I mean, she coerces people to come here, and they're almost going through the Free State at this time. Not as bad as that, but it's happening. It's just it's just so frustrating for us. We've got a great business. We honest, and right now it's wow. It's just wow.
Okay, now I do get exactly what you're saying. I think that there's a lot of people struggling with similar
Absolutely.
situations and they don't know what to do. And you're 100% right. I don't have the magic wand, but what I do have is that one of my colleagues just booked a ticket today and he's flying down on Monday morning. Okay, so, and you just mentioned something in the beginning that if you don't have a work permit or you don't have to come out for work, then they won't allow you through the roadblock. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. So why don't you take a total different approach? Okay. And you call your visit a workable something. Okay. They come for work. You give them a work, but it's just take a total different approach. Washing dishes is also work, but say for instance, and I've listened to a great story. I think Vusi shared it where someone had to sell flats and they couldn't get a flat sold because of the train that drives past every day. And then eventually they took a different approach. They bought a TV, they put it in the flat. They still told all the customers, listen, you need to go through this roadblock, or you still need to go through this time where the train passes and it's a big noise and it will irritate you. But instead of leaving you in this wonderful flat and it's brand new and it's really nice, let's come up with a different approach. If you go and say, listen, I have this wonderful accommodation just like you just explained, and there's an obstacle for you not to go through, there's a really great chance for you not to go through this roadblock. Okay. Now you go and package your whole business a little, or your presentation, or the package, or the weekend, or whatever. You just do, you think outside the box. And you say like, yes.
AG, seriously, you've mirrored what my wife is doing. And
okay, so Alan, then
I thank you for your. It's so good. And with respect, she's we've got an elderly couple here, and they've come to redesign all of our houses. But
okay.
they then have to go to the police station to get a permit. It's crazy, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault. So we're trying, and yes, you've mirrored what my wife is doing at the moment, and I thank you so much for your patience and your time. I really appreciate what you've given to me. Thank you.
You've got a brilliant wife. You must hold on to her. It looks like she's got everything worked out there for you. Okay, Alan, thank you so much, and thank you for your question. I really appreciate. Be blessed, brother.
Thank you very much, Alan. And Alan, Sonia just said in the group, and I think I'm going to also open Sonia's mic because she also want to say something. But
Please.
Alan, one thing that is important is that I've seen lately, and Sonia just reminded me again that you can reach out to government. You can become a place of people where they can come and isolate themselves for a period of time.
Queris, we onto all of that, and
Okay.
we just a little bit remote from all the hospitals. We sort of between Rustenburg and Magaliesburg. Magaliesburg don't have hospitals. Rustenburg, we're about 40 k's out, and we are part of Ubuntu, who are down in Cape Town, so that
Okay.
their essential people can come and get isolated here. But we're just a little remote, and it's very interesting times for us. And
Mm.
when you look at the whole situation, it must be frightening for everybody. But we will get through it. It will be okay. We
Yeah.
will get through it. And with you and people like PG and Trish and I'm in awe with the people that you have brought to be able to be with us. And I thank you from the bottom of my toes, not my heart, from the bottom of my toes.
Yeah.
Alan,
Alan,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry, Alan. Hi, man. It's Sonia. Alan, I totally get what you're saying, and I'm totally getting what PG's saying, and I want to try and marriage the two. I made a suggestion on the chat to say about the isolation center. I think this is not judgment. What I pick up on what you're saying is your wife is brilliant. She's looked at all these options. She's keeping on thinking. It's ticking over. She's trying to find a way. And I went through a stage in the beginning of lockdown. Both my businesses, early education orientated, and I had the brilliant news just the other day, although I kind of foreseen it, that I will not be trading till the end of the year. So I'm working as hard as I can as getting this one of my business online. But I went through a stage, and this is tying in what PG is saying about, you know, that goal, changing that perspective. And that's why I specifically asked about changing your vibration. I'm looking for a way because I've changed my vibration higher. I am more positive. I have more goal, but I still find myself every now and again procrastinating or feeling low. And I cannot afford to waste time on that at the moment. And what PG is trying to say is with his 5 steps, there is a way. We have to change perspective. We have to look at it at different angles, like your wife is doing at the moment. Now, take those ideas of hers. Try breathe, like PG said, and ask yourself, what am I feeling? Try and work out the feelings you're feeling around it. And that might change that perspective or give you another brilliant idea. What I meant with like a place of isolation or place where people come and isolate themselves is not necessarily going through the government. Getting a permit to move across the borders for work is not that hard. It's a simple case of walking into a police station and getting a declaration. So there's many businessmen that travels that I've known and I've noticed online in the seminars that goes to retreats like yourselves with a work permit. So they are working, like you said, your clients wants to clear their minds. They're working off their laptops and things like that. I think you need to listen to your wife. When you have an initial reaction, do what PG says in the way of find your way of stepping back, breathing and saying, what am I feeling about this? We want to do things not against the government, not against the law, but we want to find the loopholes. We want to find the ways we can still support the economy, still support our own lives, still live, eat. If it wasn't for many friends in my life, we wouldn't have had food. We wouldn't have had a roof at the moment. So, there's a way around it. I think PG is saying, focus your attention and your resources around changing perspective and finding that way. Put your energy into finding that way. There must be a way of getting those people straight through that border, not a back way, straight through that border to your resort.
Sweetie.
Yeah, I totally concur on that. And Alan, I 110% feel your pain and your frustration. And the first thing that I want to say is that you're not alone. On our speaker side, I had a discussion with a lot of other speakers and some of the really big speakers. They like all the main events. There's not a single event of us that's cancelled. Okay, all the live events been cancelled. The Mauritius, the Seychelles, the New York, the Australia, the Joburg, everything has been cancelled. We had to come up with better and other ways of engaging and still serve our customers and still doing the talks and still motivate and still be positive and but I do understand 100% your pain. But the only thing that I'm actually saying, and just like Sonia said, is let's not, and I do understand why you're looking at it, because there's that obstacle and we need to get through that obstacle. But I've been through a lot of obstacles and I always realized that the moment when I just changed that little bit of perspective, I always found a way, and all the answers is inside, not on top.
PG?
Yes.
Say something. Since shutdown,
Yes.
we have been, and thank you for Quibus's input, because since shutdown, we have been on webinars and webinars and webinars and webinars. And seriously, we have had so much input. We respect what we've got. We've turned a lot of our marketing emphasis into things like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. And with respect, it's just frustrating to know that what is happening, and we are not the only, we understand that we're not the only ones. And we've actually got back onto our little feet. We've looked at all of our expenses. We've looked at the loopholes, and we are getting there. That's why I say we will be
Right.
okay. But I looked at you and I just posed the question, and I think it's a very harsh question, because all the webinars that we've been through, when we talk about leisure or tourism, that is the biggest um, challenge that any of the guys that we've spoken to have, because right now the government shut down tourism. And
Yeah.
with respect to the Minister of Tourism, she openly admitted she didn't know what tourism meant or what it was about. And, you know, if you've got the job, take the responsibility. You know, you've got the gift, take the responsibility, because you have a gift and you've taken on the responsibility, and that's important. So, yeah, but I think it was almost a, a question that I asked, which I shouldn't have, because I knew the answer at the end of it. It's a very difficult tourism right now is a huge. I don't know. It's a no-no, and it's
Can
not
I
your
answer on
fault.
that?
Yes,
Sorry to
please.
interject. Yes, tying back again to the perspective. Tourism is shut down. Economical situation is taking a huge knock from it. So we need to create something else. If we can't be tourists in our own country, we can definitely work from remote places like yours in our country.
Yes, but that's the thing, Sonia and PG, sorry. With respect, you know, the, 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 the New Zealanders did it well. They said, why do you want to go and see the rest of the world when you haven't seen our country? And I think that's a big thing. We need to promote South Africa. You know, we've got this situation where we'd like to sell our little business and just get in our car and go and see South Africa because we've never seen it. And I think that's important. So let's localize the tourism world, because this is such amazing country. It's amazing. It's got amazing people. I mean, I'm just watching PG there, and he's looking at it, either his computer or something. And we have such amazing, amazing, amazing folks in this country. And yes, we've looked at all the loopholes, and maybe we're cheating and maybe we're wrong, but it was a loaded question that I asked.
Alan,
Alan.
what's your business name?
Thirsty Falls.
Thirsty Falls.
Yes.
Okay, so
www.thirstyfalls.com.
Perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, omas and opas from all around the world, and especially South Africa, please go and visit Alan, www.thirstyfalls.co.za, right, Alan?
Yes, sir. Listen,
okay.
I've taken enough of your time, and I thank you for it.
And make sure you get a permit, a work permit, and go and visit a guy. Please, I think you would really love good conversation as well. And he said he's going to give you a good discount. Is that right, Alan? A good discount for tonight only? That's it. Okay, Alan, I really appreciate your question. And sometimes it's necessary to ask the difficult questions because sometimes we don't have all the answers. But what we do have is we can choose. So thank you for your choice tonight. I really appreciate it, and thank you again for your time.
I think you're brilliant. I really do. Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. Okay, is there any other questions? Yeah, you're welcome.
Sorry, PG. I don't want to take over everybody's space here. Alan's last words were, maybe we're doing things a little bit wrong. The one thing I've learned in the summit that Cobus has put together is that there's no wrong or right. It's just different ways of doing it, and the outcome or the consequences varies. So I don't think finding loopholes is doing anything wrong.
No, definitely. I totally agree on that, Sonia. And you see, the thing is, everybody is different. And I always use this example, and it's about perception. My grandmother's perception is that when you drive 111 k's an hour, it's really dangerous and you will kill yourself. If I drive maybe 140 kilometers an hour and I still feel safe at 140 kilometers an hour, that's my perception. Or my perception is maybe jumping out of a plane with a parachute, and if you jump with parachute, you always have 2 parachutes in your back, and you jump out of the plane. For me and my perception, that's still safe. My granddaughter will go like, you can't jump out of a plane because it's not safe and you will kill yourself. So it's all about perception, and I do respect everybody's perception about things. And just like you said, there is no wrong or right. There's only a wrong or right for you. And someone's perception or someone's opinion doesn't say anything about your opinion or it's just like, this is how they see things, and it's so important to respect everybody for the way that they see things and how they deal with things, because people are so different and they experience this lockdown differently, children and I do get it, and I really feel sorry, and I wish I could really do something with a magical wand tonight and say, Alan, you all sorted out, the people is on their way, they don't need permits anymore. I took the army all the way to Dubai. They're busy looking for the Guptas, but unfortunately I can't do it. Yeah, so thank you. Okay, is there any other questions? Anyone else that would like to ask a question? Just see, Alan has asked a question. Guys, is there any other questions? Sonia, any questions from your side?
If I'm allowed.
Yeah, any question?
I don't want to take over the show. PG?
Yes.
I've learned the importance of marketing on social media.
Yes.
My target present target, should I say, because I've got other goals, is to market towards mommy groups.
Okay. Is this
In your experience, which would be the best social marketing strategy? Where to start? Which one? Instagram, Facebook?
Okay. So first of all, I just want to quickly get at that. Are you talking about organic marketing or paid marketing?
Organic. We're starting organic. I haven't had an income for months, remember?
Okay. Okay, so for me, and I'm doing a lot of organic marketing lately. I've got one person pushing hard on organic, and the reason why I'm pushing really hard on organic is because organic for me is not a one-time thing. It's a process, and you need to continuously doing organic marketing over and over and over again. So if you say your focus is on mommy groups, then I would push any group, not only mummies, but also mummies to be, maybe all these 3D, 2D ultrasound scan groups. There's a lot. Then there's another one. I must just think about what's the name now. If my wife is on this call, please comment and just tell me what's that mummy. I think it's Mummies for Life or Mum for Life. There's a really huge group. I would also push a little bit there. But again, there's Facebook marketing and Instagram marketing. Instagram is pictures. People love pictures. If you have the right picture, present it over and over and use a few hashtags. There's also a few free videos that you can go and watch on YouTube. To be honest, I've never ever in my whole life did any course on Instagram, Facebook, nothing. So part of my morning routine, and that was your question, the moment when I get in my car, I put my earphones in and I start listening to Facebook marketing videos where they're actually doing Facebook marketing, paid marketing, okay? But there's also a lot on organic marketing, and I found out really a lot on organic marketing, like the interview that I just did with Susanna now, just before I jumped on this call, was all done Mum for Life. My wife is there. Hello, Nadia. Okay, so Mum for Life, that is the one. You can go and join that group. It's a huge group. It's big. And she always tells me all the funny things that's happening there. So that's always a great laugh as well if you need one. And then you can also go and join that one if there's not enough laughter on that side and that roadblock keeps on pushing those emotional buttons. Go and join that group, Mum for Life, or ask your wife. She'll tell you all the jokes that's in there. But in any case, or what some of these husbands do. But in any case, so just on the marketing side, that I found on the organic part is, so I'm doing this interviews every Thursdays, and it's called No Excuses Thursdays, where I speak to people that don't stand in their way, that overcome themselves and actually live the best life ever. So I would go, or my guy would go to all these groups, and you can actually create the event inside the group. So this is something new that I found out maybe a month ago, and that created quite a lot of traffic for me towards that. So say for instance and also other really important thing, and I know lockdown have been great for me because I was really camera shy when I started. I like stage. I love stage. I like the people. I can read the people. And then also on stage, I feel you're getting away with a lot more than on camera because you don't have to speak really great. My English isn't brilliant, so I always say I speak very delicious English since I was twice. So, but you can definitely, without any doubt, do at least a live video every second, third day. There's one of my students, he said, PG, I was thinking about this and I'm really great at sales. And I was thinking maybe I can do a video. I said like, okay, no problem. I'll see you tonight, 7 o'clock online. He did his second one last night, and he had like 27 comments already, a lot of likes, 2 or 3 shares, but that creates traffic, and you want to drive that all the time. And again, marketing, paid or unpaid, organic, this is a process. You need to continuously, especially organic, you need to continuously post, find the right way, see where you're getting the right engagement, but also a really important thing, do something and continuously do it and see what you can learn in one thing. Because what I've realized is people jump too much around. They go like, okay, I'm going to try this and I'm going to try that, but then eventually they didn't nail one single thing. If you want to go and check or chat maybe to someone that's brilliant, and focus all energy on organic marketing, that will be Jackie Strauss. I think her page is called Koinonia through social media. You can definitely go and check her out. I know her really well. She did in the past, she did a lot of organic things for me that did pay off. Then also one thing that she learned, taught me is on your phone, you can always, on your WhatsApp status, those, I think you call it the storyline or whatever it is, you post there, people see it there as well. You'll be surprised when you do a lot of things and how they come together. So whenever I'm doing an email marketing still works. It definitely works. Make sure you have the right subject line. Make sure you make it short and sweet, but also you can also take that email. There's a few programs that you can put it in and check if it's going to go through as a proper email or is it going to go through as spam. They pick up certain words. So yeah, again, I've learned a lot, and just like I said, Sonia, I never did a course at all. I've been teaching myself every single day, at least for 10, 20 or 30 or 30 minutes. Whenever I get in a car, I put my earphones in and I start looking or watching relevant videos about it. Does that make sense to you?
It does make sense. Just to switch it. So I've been making once a week a short class video and posting it on Instagram since lockdown started. So to take it further, for example, you would say, email the parent, say, there's a new video out. Have you checked it out? I will put it on my WhatsApp status, say, new video, have you seen? Or winter theme, pull it through to Facebook, etc., etc.
Yes. So what I do to make sure that I have the right subject line is, you know how much emails you get on a daily basis. So I'll scroll through them and I'll go like, yo, that one caught my attention. I'll take that one as I'll take that subject line and I put it on my Google Drive. I've got a Google Sheet there, and I put it on my Google Drive, and I go and whenever I want to send out an email that I want to know they need to open it, I'll go and search for a relevant, good subject line to get it open. And in any case, I did a social media boot camp, and 2 of my friends, Ivan and Donali, was part. Donali Roberts and Ivan Botha was part of that campaign, or was part of the speakers for the day in that social media boot camp. And I was about to send out an email that said, yes, I'm pregnant. That was the subject line. And I like, no, I can't send out, yes, I'm pregnant. Because just imagine how angry they're going to be. It's like, that would have been really funny. So be careful of what the subject line must be, because you can get yourself into trouble really easy. So yeah, great. If there's any other questions that you would like to ask for Quibus, maybe there's something that you want to add or say or ask, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay, let's see. Not that negative. In fact, I know. No, Alan, we never said that you're negative. I know that it's tough and that we need to get through this. Right. Okay. Any other questions? Let's see. Okay. Doesn't look like there's
So,
any more.
PG,
Yes.
when is your next course starting? And that's somewhere towards the end of July of your next.
Okay, my next course is starting the 7-day. The Mega Mindset Growth Week is starting on Monday. So it's Monday from every night at 7 o'clock. So we're doing 7 days. We're going to discuss a lot of things. We're going to brainstorm. I'm going to share. I'm going to show. So it's all about from mindset to marketing to closing deals, everything that you can think of. We'll also do a really intense micro planning where we're actually taking each and every little step that we need to plan. Okay, so to give you an idea, when I do a marketing campaign, I leave everything that I'm busy with and I go and sit down and we plan the pictures, we plan the videos, we plan the text, and then we go and put it to test. I'll post something as a quote or as a post, and I'll test it and make sure it has social proof. Social proof for me is anything above 100 and a lot of comments. And then I will go use that same thing and I will create a short little video of 10 seconds, all the pictures, all the videos, everything I do myself. For the simple reason, I think that everybody that's in their business understands their business the best. So, and I do understand that everybody is not a graphic designer. As 2 years ago, I didn't know anything about graphic designing. I actually paid someone just to create my posts for my Instagram. And then they kept on not putting the logo on or the website. And then one day I just started doing it myself. I grew my Instagram from 1 to, I think that's almost 12,000 now. And that's again, continuously every single day. But in any case, so planning for me is really the greatest tool ever. And if you plan and sometimes your plan doesn't work out, just carry on. Just adjust that little bit, make that fine tuning, and then we'll go on. But I found that if you do proper planning, especially with marketing, and you get great results. There's one thing I've learned is that for every dollar you put into Facebook, you want at least $1 back. And in the beginning, I thought, well, okay, then you're breaking even. I don't like breaking even. I would like making money. So I said, for every dollar that I put into Facebook, I want at least $2 back. So it means that, say, for instance, you're running ads and you want to get ticket sales for a boot camp that you're doing, and you're selling tickets at $200 to $50 a ticket, then you don't want to close a ticket sale more than $70 for me. And we'll make the adjustments. But what I did also learn from the first campaign I did is that I had to split the organic marketing from the paid marketing, because if you don't split it, you can't see which part performs where. And so for any campaigns we're running now, I can see exactly how much is emails, how much is WhatsApp, how much is SMSs. And don't throw the SMSs away. They still work really well. It's a cheap way of marketing. You just have limited wording that you can use, but it works really well. So planning in that week is really important for me. But also we do a vision test, and it's something unique that I do. It's a vision test. I always say you have a vision, and that's the one thing that you want to do. That's your dream. That's vision. Okay, and it must be big. And then you on a mission going there. But your goal is, if it's a business or whatever it is, your goal is to make money while you're doing while you're on this mission, creating your vision. And again, that it's so important. The interview I just had with Susanna is that we as humans must understand that we're not here for ourselves. Because if you have a good look outside the window, you will see that the trees doesn't grow for themselves, and the sun doesn't shine for themselves, and the wind doesn't blow for themselves. And the moment when we realize that we mustn't do everything just for ourselves, but also to help other people. If you're doing good, just look at the ripple effect around you. If you smile, just look at the ripple effect around, because your smile makes someone else smile. Your willing heart makes someone else's heart more willing. And I think if we have the right approach, if the right angle, and it's not about, I think so many people think there's a secret to success. There's no secret to success. There's only a process. And I had a discussion today where we were saying, if we could turn back time, and I think sometimes we all go like, if we could turn back time, then we can take all the knowledge that we have today, just 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 2 years ago, and we'll have really different results. But I don't want to change anything, because all those struggles, all those gates that you get to, and you don't know how you're going to get through that gate, and you have to come up with new plans and new strategies and new thinking and new attitude. Then you've learned so much, and you've gained so much, and you've grown so much. And I think that that if for me, I don't want to turn back time, because the valuable lessons that I've learned is so valuable for me, and that's something that I can share again with someone else. So
yeah, that is.
Yeah. So
if I can ask another question, you're talking about separating organic and paid marketing. Is that a specific process that you discuss in your course?
Well, I'm always there's a lot of Q&As in my course, and the reason why I use a lot of Q&As, because people have so much questions that they don't know the answer to. So the only thing that I can answer is the process that I use and how it works for me and what doesn't work. And there's one thing that I did realize. And so when I started out, so first of all, I got a social media marketer, and I went through the whole process. I got them in for interviews, and not hundreds, but a lot of them came in for interviews. And we sat down and we said, this is what we want to achieve. We want to fill a room. This is how many seats we need to fill. Have you worked on some of these? Please provide me references. And we went through the whole process. And I had 4 big events that I had to fill. It was 1,200 people in total for 4 events. And then I got the social media marketers. He charged me a lot of money. I got to my first event. I was standing there, VIP room. I got my jacket on, the mic. I'm ready to rumble. And then I would ask my business manager, and I go like, okay, but how much people is here already? And she will go like, no, there's some people here. And I go like, okay, no, cool. And we've got 15 minutes before we're going to go. We start the live event, and then she would come in again. I go like, okay, we ready? I'm ready. I'm fired up. I want to go in. And then I go like, okay, how much people is here? We need to sit for 150 people. Yo, Sonia. Eventually, there was like 50 people at that first event of mine. And I've paid a social media marketer close to $100,000 to fill up 4 rooms. And that's the day when I realized, well, I need to understand the social media marketing quite a lot. There's one part that I'm brilliant at, that's offline marketing. I'm brilliant at offline marketing. I'm brilliant at door-to-door. I'm brilliant engaging, making deals. I'm brilliant, but the social media marketing, the Facebook Business Manager, the backside of Facebook Business Manager, I had to learn, and I had to learn really quickly. And I'm so glad that it did happen. I'm not today I'm thankful for that moment, for getting a social media marketer, not getting the results, but then I started out, I need to find ways. And again, I can't go and book big events. I need to find ways. And again, it comes back to find ways. I had to go and find ways to make it work. So I would go to a coffee shop and I go like, okay, which day is your quiet days? And they would go like, maybe Tuesdays and Friday mornings really quiet, or Friday after, whatever it is. And they gave me that. I said, okay, what if I bring a lot of customers and I'll do all the marketing. You give me your venue, just your coffee shop with a few tables. I'll bring up my pull-up screen, my projector. I don't need a mic or anything. So, and they all agreed because it's new customer, new feed, and I would call it business breakfast encounters every Friday. So I took, and still today I can't do it right now, but just before lockdown, I had huge business breakfast encounters with 200 people in the room. And now they're giving me venues for free, okay? Like they're giving me the coffee shops for free. Then they saw the value, and I've gained all this knowledge of the social media marketing. So I will go on the back of social or Facebook Business Manager, compiling ads, playing around with words, playing around with pictures, but I would spend only $300. And I'm willing to lose $300 if I have to, but I don't want to lose $100,000. So I would try and error until I got it right. And then when I got it right, I go like, okay, now I have the recipe. The thing that I can change now is the ingredients. Let's go again to the bigger stages. Let's go and book them then. And then all of a sudden, everything changed. But it also, a really interesting fact is that you have this idea in your head, and just like I explained, the straight line is the easiest way of getting bumps on seats, and I'm just using bumps on seats, and marketing stays the same for every industry. The process of marketing stays the same, online and offline. It's just the ingredients that's different. So
cool.
What I did realize with the straight line, you have your boundaries, and the moment when you allow yourself or the customer outside those boundaries, then you start losing deals and business, and you need to keep it there. You need to keep it really healthy. So
yeah. Donnie has a question there in the comments. I don't know if you can see it or if I must read it.
Let me just quickly see. It's yours. Let's maybe the back. Donnie, PG, how do you get your mojo back? Okay, you phone Austin Powers. That's the guy you need to phone. If there were so many setbacks and loss of money, and where do you doubt what you can offer to others? Okay, Donnie, brilliant question. Okay, so I'm quite new to this industry. This is my second full year presenting, and I had a lot of obstacles. This was a vision and a mission, and it cost me a lot of money to be actually on the first stage. And I also had to go for English classes because I couldn't speak English to dream of, okay? I was in an English class, and I always had to sit in front of this class, and I'm going to answer your question just now, Donnie. I just need to tell the story. So I always had to sit in the front of the English class, Mr. Kirk. Now, I had to also sit at the front door. And right next to me was the wall with a poster on the wall. And the poster had 7 simple words. Just 7. And that's the most important thing I've learned in the whole of my high school career. Not only my English class. Because you can hear, the one thing that I didn't learn in my English class was to speak lekker Engels. Because I speak very delicious English since I was twice for a very long distance. But what I did learn was on that poster. 7 simple words. Altering your life by altering your attitude. And if your attitude is right, everything in life is just a little bit better. But I'm not telling you this to help me. I'm telling you this to help you. Because if your attitude and your question, Sonia, your vibration is a little bit higher, you've got a 30% more chance to succeed than when your vibration is down and you have a bad attitude. Then you have a 30% more chance to fail. And if that was the only thing that I've learned in my English class, I'm so grateful for that. Because with the right attitude, you can conquer the world. And that's the same approach I did with starting out in this business. Is I started out and my best friend asked me about, PG, what are you going to do about your English? I said, mate, I don't know what I'm going to do. But in any case, I'm going. Okay? So I just went for it. I had to go for English classes. They gave me this paper to get the and the and what all those things right. And then I said, well, I had to through repetition. I threw 3,000 fortful thugs into treetop leaves over and over and over again until I thought I can't go anymore. And then one day I just decided, well, if I'm gonna, the only way I'm gonna get better English is at reading more English and speaking more English. So I just went. If the people couldn't understand me, it's fine. I'll just go again and again and again until I felt more comfortable speaking foreign. So in any case, so your question is how to get your mojo back. Now, I do understand it's not always easy, especially when you feel that you have lost your mojo. And sometimes, even me, Aniki walks in here the one day, she prints all my t-shirts, make all the stickers and the stuff that we need, and she goes like, PG, how do you get it right to always be so positive? And I said, Aniki, how do you get it right to be always so negative? Because it's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, it's just the opposite. And if you understand the 12 universal laws, for every thing, there's always an opposite. For there's a right, there's a wrong. For there's a up, there's a down. For there's a good attitude, there's a bad attitude. Okay, so I think, and this is my opinion, mojo, okay, your oomph, that part of you just going forward. I know when I'm getting setbacks, I would go like, okay, yo. 30 seconds later, the way you're thinking, you are feeling. I would go and sit down and do that test that I've talked about in the beginning. Go and check your feelings. Do a check for 7 days. If you have your pattern, go and investigate your pattern, see what times, and just start adjusting those little times. But the one thing that I would definitely do, I'll count till 3, give myself no other choice, and start doing the one thing that I think that I need to do. And again, if you just keep going, you'll find your mojo along the way. Because if you're not going to start looking for your mojo, you're not going to find it. So that's the one thing. Then you also asked how many, so many setbacks and loss. Okay, so this has been hard for me. I've been working my butt off to close really great speaking gigs. And if I say really great speaking gigs, we're getting paid between $5,000 US and $7,000 US for 90 minutes on stage. You don't get it in South Africa. Okay, that's a lot of convincing, a lot of emails, a lot of negotiations to actually get yourself there. And again, you need to position yourself at the right place. If you're not going to believe in yourself, knock, knock, who's there? No one else is going to believe in you. You need to believe in yourself. Even if you think there's certain things that's holding you back, that's only a feeling, it's not the truth. Right? It's only that perception, that thought. I've got this brilliant way of explaining it. You're getting two types of persons in this world. You're getting the reason people, okay? They have a reason for everything in life. And you'll find them all around, reason people. And the only thing that matters to them is that story of them. Right? Okay? That story. But that what they don't realize is that simple story of them, that's the one story that's holding them back. And I refer to these people as the ducks. Okay? The losers in life. You see ducks. Quack, quack, quack. Did you see the sun is shining outside? You will hear them. Quack. Always have a reason. For every solution, there's always 10 problems. The ducks, the quackers. Okay? You get them all around you. Everybody knows the quackers. You just tell them something, you hear them. Quack, quack, freaking quack. All the time. And then, yeah. And then you get in the results people. Okay? The results people. I refer to them as the eagles. Okay? And they saw. And when they have their eyes on their goal, doesn't matter what, they go and get it. Those people always get results in their life. It doesn't matter what the situation is, they find a way to get results. The eagles. And you will always see the ducks, the quackers. They will always blame the eagles. They will tell them, he's very lucky. He was at the right place at the right time. He's a trust fund kid. It's this story and that's the reason. The quack, 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 quack all the time. Okay? And it's always someone else's fault. But you know what's the great news? The great news about this is, the great news is, there's not a single duck on this call. There's not a single duck on this call tonight. You know why?
Tell us.
Ducks don't come to these calls. Ducks don't come here. Okay? There's only eagles on this call. But what happens sometimes is someone whispered in our ears and told us that we're not good enough. Someone came and have an opinion about us. Okay? And now all of a sudden, we believe it. And sometimes, we're still eagles. Our wings just got nipped or clipped a little bit. That's all. And now we start thinking like the ducks. Because we've believed a quacker's story about us. And I know, when do we believe it the best? When there's a situation, where there's something really uncomfortable, when we have something that happens to us, and then we have something that didn't work out. Now someone comes and tells us their opinion about you. Their opinion about you doesn't say anything about you. It says everything about them. And the reason why I know it, if you tell someone, I'm going to take over the world like Pinky and the Brain, then he will go like, okay, it's not possible. There's a lot of noise in the background. It's gone. That someone's opinion about you doesn't say anything about you. It says everything about them. But also, really, really, really important, if they say it's not possible, they actually meaning quack, quack, quack. It's not possible for them. That's what's actually happening, nothing else. So the nice thing is there's a lot of eagles here. And sometimes our wings just got a little bit nipped. So, what do we need to do? We need to realize for a change that we are the eagles, because ducks don't come to these events. They have a story and excuse for everything. Quack, quack, quack. Okay? Take charge of your thoughts. Take charge of your feelings. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your business. Your business, your life is your business. You've got only one thing, and that's time. If you don't use your time right, if you don't grow yourself every day a little bit more, push yourself a little bit better, even if it's 1% extra. If you have a chemical attack for every time when the taxi drives in front of you and stop, you have this reaction. Who's your daddy? The taxi driver. Because he's smiling, this big, he's waving. He's going, I'm doing this every day. So the moment when you get in line, the moment when you get your thoughts and feelings and actions aligned, then you're going to produce greater results. Just want to see. There's Alan. Let's see this. Okay, so perfect. Guys and girls, if there's any other questions, you're welcome to ask. I think my time is up. My time is up half an hour ago. It was really fun being here tonight. And again, thank you for all the questions. And have a blessed evening. And for those who still want to join me for next week, just send me an email or just go onto my website. You can find my email address there and my cell phone number there. Just send me a message. I'll be glad to send you the link. Kobus, if you still have that link of the last one, you can just put it in the comment box and I can find me there. Girls and boys and girls, omas and opas, mamas and papas from all around the world. Thank you so much and thank you for spending your time with me. I really enjoyed it and my favorite affirmation is, if progress was a slow process, they weren't speaking about me. I'm PG Paradigm, your results doctor. Have a blessed one. Kobus, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this thing and there's the link. You just shared it now, so if you want to book, click book. It's only $29 for a whole week. Every day an hour. There will be a recording for those days that you have missed. You will also receive all the cheat sheets. And yeah, thank you so much. Have a blessed evening.
Okay, thank you, PG. Everyone, have a beautiful night. Thank you for being part of this. Looking forward to the next time. Look out, there's something coming in August. But there's the biggest event in Africa that everyone has seen. Not Africa, the world that me and PG are putting together. So look out for that.
Yes.
If you want to be blown away and if you want to be blessed, it's coming soon. I can't give away a lot of details, but you will start seeing it in the next few weeks being launched slowly but surely and then going in the bag.
Definitely. Because I'm really excited for that. I think that is going to be something really, really, really crazy. And I think people are going to love it. Thank you again for all the time and effort that you have put in. I love you, brother, and I love your energy and I love your message.
Love you too, brother. Love everyone being on this call. You don't know what it means for us. We really love you all for participating and being part of this summit. And please share with your friends and looking forward to, again, especially like Sonia. Sonia participated in every single event. So Sonia, there's a gift coming your way. And for the rest, have a beautiful night. Remember, join us in the next one. And looking forward to that. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be big. Alan, looking forward to talk to you soon. And the rest, if I don't mention your name, it's just names that are in front of me that I'm calling out. And let's give PG again a big high five and big applause. Even though he can't hear you, he knows you are standing ovation. That's how we as speakers imagine it after we talk. People instead. Okay, great stuff, you all. Last word, then I finish it.
Yeah, just thank you. And then also thank you to my lovely wife that was on this call again. always supporting, always looking out. Thank you for that, Narnia. Thank you so much.
Yes. Oh, Tina's is there as well. Thank you, Tina's. Nice to see you as well. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
But I'm going to keep talking all night. Everyone go sleep well. I have another event that I need to attend to. And peace out, love, and light. Bye-bye.
Cheers.